not Native American.
Oh yeah, he definitely
no,
is.
Your dad's white.
So my point is, Rob, there's people like myself, right, who are like half black, half indigenous, or whatever.
Well, I mean, that's a direct.
His dad was white.
A lot of Native Americans look white.
No, your dad was.
He was in the when I saw the picture. He's trolling.
Everybody the one where he's in the brown jumpsuit with the white fucking slides on, and he's standing in front of the world map.
You know, like the
and it has like wood grain on the back walls.
Cats that act black and shit. That's how.
I wish I would have got that.
Well, that's because a lot of the Native Americans in certain areas grew up basically just like us. You feel me? Yeah. Especially in this modern time. But what you say?
And you're talking about the FBAs?
The FBAs, to be fair, the FBAs don't necessarily claim to be the Indians. Yeah, they just want to delineate. Now, some that's actually not true. Yeah, there's books from the 1700s.
Rob, here's the problem. Black people were enslaved. They were brought over here through chattel slavery from Africa.
You ain't got to tell me that.
Well, I'm explaining it for Ray. And Ray knows it's true. Ray knows that it's true.
No, it's only true for a certain segment.
Ray, you know that it's true that they came through chattel slavery and their culture was stripped away. Their culture was stripped away and they lost their identity. That's why you guys go through this whole being a fucking more science temple in America to Muslims to being fucking now Native Americans to being the Israelites.
I'm gonna say this, that misinformation in America is that all they heard this was 10 years ago. And what emerged 10 years ago? What term? Fake news is a term that emerged 10 years ago. Like with the Israelites, this is why, like, although I think a lot of them are fucking nutcases, with the Israelites, it's a logical thing, let me say this, but it's also logical for multiple groups to feel like they could be one of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah, but ask Ray about fucking Abba Bivens. Abba Bivens was a fucking, he was a, not Jehovah's Witness, he was a fucking, Ellen G. White. No, hold on. No. He was a follower of Ellen G. White.
Freemason.
He was a Freemason. Then he became a Baptist. Then he became a follower of Ellen G. White. And then he went into fucking this whole Black Hebrewism shit. Yeah. And then he fled the United States because there was allegations of him molesting little fucking girls in his congregation. And then he moved to Israel. And then he became.
I'm pretty sure he did. I mean, listen.
Yeah, he was raping the shit out of kids.
I'm pretty sure he did. I mean, I've always talked about how.
No, that was Ben Israel. Abba Bivens was the one that was raping. Abba Bivens was raping.
Abba Bivens raped. Wait. Do you have an article on it?
Yeah, so Abba Bivens was the one that was raping. Can you
post the article in the chat? I'm not saying I don't.
I'm trying to tell you, Abba Bivens was the one that was raping older women in his congregation, like adult women. Ben Israel is the one that was molesting kids.
Okay, so
Ben Parker Israel, whatever his name was. They're from like the 1890s and the early 1900s.
Yeah, well, I don't know about. Well, here's the thing, right?
Local police for like molesting. Nobody like writes about. There's no like New York Times fucking articles on it. It's like
I'm pretty sure.
But this is the thing though.
But Rob, here's the thing.
I was just about to say this.
It was just a joke.
Hebrew Israelites, whether they want to acknowledge it or not, they acknowledge that at the very least we spend a great amount of time in Africa. Like that, this is what they will acknowledge. And this is
not all.
No, they like I'm telling you, I've been around
you have some Hebrew Israelites
they're
actually indigenous people from the Americas. They've never been from Africa. And then you have other people that say that they're the Israelites that were sold by the Hamites from West Africa. So like the Hamites were like the kings that sold them.
What they'll say is that when
Rob, there's hold on, brother. One of these people though, like
I'm not
finished. Rob, but
I'm not finished.
You can ask me directly.
I'm not finished.
But I've studied it more than all of you combined.
I'm not finished. I'm gonna say this again. What I was hitting and expanded, and then many were exiled out of the Holy Land. Many went west, right? Many fled into North Africa and kept fleeing over into what we know as West Africa today. There's strong evidence of West African circumcision, whether it be the dietary customs or even the acknowledgement of the Hebrew God, like this was going on. So it's like, what I tell them is like, whereas you could try to spin this whole idea that we are African, you feel
Yeah,
me?
but that claim's only made by the Igbos. And the Igbos
Right.
and the Igbos
Right.
and the
No, I'm
Bantus.
talking about actual Hebrew Israelites in America.
Yeah, I know.
This is what I'm talking about.
You're talking about the people that were in West Africa
I mean,
practicing these
tribes
customs.
also.
But you're talking about the Igbos out of Nigeria. But those
the
are
Igbos wouldn't have been the people that I'm talking about in the 7th, 8th, 9th century.
they're the ones that claim this, though.
And it's more than just that. My point is,
But
that
the point is about
there's no historical. I'm talking about American.
There's no historical or archaeological
Israelites
evidence that
who will
Igbos
acknowledge
practiced
that black
Judaism
people,
prior to the
who will
introduction
acknowledge
of the
that
Bible.
black people, who will acknowledge that black people have been in Africa for over 1,000 years. Because if you're acknowledging that these people fled west, and if we know that this happened before Christ, this would probably be 2,000 years ago plus that these people would have started fleeing into West Africa. So for 2,000 years up until let's say 1,500 years, it was like, man, stop. That's all I'm saying. Like, this idea that we are not ancestrally African is kind of stupid. I can say that it's rooted in slavery, but I'm gonna say that it's rooted more in misinformation. Yes, there are but there are plenty of black people who understand that this is our story. You feel me? And they're actually proud of the fact that, hey, through all of this shit, we created a story. We have a story to be proud of. For me, like, I don't have to be a Pan-Africanist to recognize that I'm ancestrally African. But I also don't feel like I have to go around saying that I'm African, because I'm American. I'm a black American. I'm an African American, whatever you want to call it. I'm fine with that. But I'm not fine with black people moving around saying that we don't have no ancestral connection to Africa, because then that would take away the idea of being black itself. Like, it's actually, you can't like separate the two. Sure as hell ain't gonna let no nigga from Seattle tell me about shit. I'm really from this shit, man.
Racist man because his daddy's white.
Oh, jeez. Wow. And mods here even?
Joe is undefeated.
You know about that. That's what I do a quick room. I might close it down. Beaver, Joe. Okay. I think it's a thumbs up to close it down. Just didn't want to do it real quick. Someone else can open up the room. Sitting, what's going on with the PDR down there? It scared the hell out of me. What the fuck?
My nigga Steiny.
Alright, I'll catch you guys around.
existing proposition on it, and you know what it is versus the unknown. So those are two different things.
Not really.
Very two different things.
The potentiality of a born baby
No.
is not that much different from the potentiality of an unborn fetus at 24 weeks, for example.
Let's just say.
So they're not that different. And
this
the
is
problem
very
still, no, they're not. And the problem still like repeats itself regardless, which is what we're talking about. So we don't have to take a weird detour down the abortion debate. I don't think that's necessary. Like the point we're making is
you are. So
no, really you are, because we were talking about potentiality.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about.
I
so
never
the point
wanted
still
to bring
stands.
abortion into debate ever, but we are talking just about existing people on the planet right now. That's what I just want to keep it on. Or not me. I don't
unborn fetuses have an
okay, I'm just gonna say no. I'm just saying.
They do. Fetuses exist.
I'm not saying no. I'm saying no because I don't want to have this conversation.
Because you have an opinion on abortion.
Absolutely, I do. I was just saying, I'm talking about people that are born and living on this earth and the struggle that they're doing right now.
Yeah, you're drawing an ad hoc arbitrary line, and it doesn't matter for the point we're making.
Oh, okay. All right, I digress.
All right. We can remain neutral on what the personhood status of the unborn is. I'm not really trying to take a position on that anyway. The point we're making is the potentiality question would still apply to the unborn fetus every bit as much as it applies to the newborn. Right? It is still a potentiality issue. That's all we were talking about. This is why you shouldn't have casual philosophy. People were not familiar with Andre. This is all your fault, bro. No, to be fair, I think that they actually engaged very well in this. They engaged the way I would have engaged, having engaged with these ideas for the first time when I was an undergraduate. I didn't really know about any of this shit. I would have engaged and asked the same question. So there's no shade to anybody, but it is something that I'm kind of life-saving medication treatment. It's something I was trying to experiment. I actually can't do it.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to know, maybe we kind of split you guys some of those, but when you said that if the rules of the institution for people allowance for studying life, would that be the federal advice, or if there's something about the agreement?
It's illegal.
I said if there was something fast pass, it would be more. I would evaluate it because fairness would be obstructed in as egregious a way. My objection to that comparison was what was described in the isn't like that at all, so it doesn't change my mind.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
But can we pretend, so obviously in most institutions there is some sort of so let's pretend that there is in fact some sort of contract written and people who participate in the line, they agree that they will be facilitating some sort of universal healthcare tax. They're just part of the line, but if a person can contribute to the hospital as a whole, and therefore, partially promote their well-being, maybe the hospital can acquire more organs for that. Then
it becomes more complicated because I have more dimensions to evaluate.
Yeah.
So my statement was, my friend, who is a doctor at Mount Sinai, are talking with their other doctor friends of how this is, because this is like a new thing that a bunch of years ago that this has come about, and no one knows the answer. They do. it's not profiting the hospital itself. It's profiting the hospital's ownership's pockets. And there's loopholes within the donations and contributions that don't really affect the common people, but affect the people that, I'm sorry, I'm losing my words.
Well, we understood what you were saying. Andre was like giving a permutation of what he started with because he was trying to tease out some moral nuance. So it was something we're misunderstanding what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, if you really want to go through this exercise, I could think about it out loud with you. But the main thing is that if there's anything about the arrangement that is operating on, with a Kantian on it, is operating on any kind of maxim that violates the formula of humanity, that's basically what I'm going to try to evaluate for. And if I find I'm going to object to it on that basis.
Propositions they made should be then irrelevant to you. Because regardless of whether there is an agreement, internal agreement, that sort of acts like a subjective moral agreement within a certain society. They're just lacking in information about the moral maxima
Is it possible? Well, I wouldn't violate the formula of humanity. If that's not looking for, I'm talking about.
So if they evaluated their internal rules based on some sort of like a similar model as, for example,
respect for human beings. Like if the whole thing is rooted in respect for human beings, right? And the policy. Well, but I'm saying if they did that, if there's a way to, I don't know if there's a way to do it, but if there was a way to do that to respect what effectively would be for Kantian the formula of humanity in the policy, and it still entails some kind of fast-paced life element to it that still respected the dignity of human beings, and everybody got a chance to have their say in a democratic way, perhaps, and they all voted for it. Okay, and here's the purpose for it, and here's the maximum which we allowed it, and it was very explicit or whatever, and sincere. If that's even possible, then I would be like, all right, well then that is the thing that I'm saying doesn't really violate anything, so it's permissible. The thing is, I just don't think that this is possible.
But okay, so just hear me out, and then Pat, you can go. There is something that's used, an intuition that is used when concerning the rules for safety or evacuation. Women and children, elderly, then men. So I would say that intuition is deeply rooted in, I'm more of a naturalist in that respect, in what is more of a moral worth. Children, women, highest moral worth. Elderly is going next, and then
no, I actually don't think that that's necessarily the maximum. Actually, I think that you could actually justify a policy like that on Kantian grounds, but the moment you started suggesting that women and children have more worth than men, you would actually be violating the formula. You could do it in terms of recognizing that all of the individuals involved have the same moral worth, but some individuals, under a context where not everybody can survive, are volunteering to prioritize the women and children because they all are abided by some kind of value of protecting women and children or whatever. Not because they think that they're worth less as men than them, but because they all are taking on a role of defending them as men, right, or something like that, then I think that that's fine.
But you see, you sort of you're putting in brackets there, in that view, subjective perception of women and children having more moral value or individual value than them. And
no, I don't think if I wanted to sacrifice, if only two people in a lifeboat, and I'm there with my wife and my children, and I volunteer to sacrifice myself so that they can live, it's not because I think of myself as worth less than them. right? Like that's actually a consistent rational view. It's because I'm volunteering to take on the sacrifice that one of us was going to have to take on necessarily anyway, to ensure that the people who I value living can continue to live, even if it's
which is an understandable emotional answer.
Well, it's social and it's influential, but the point is, it doesn't need to be motivated by a maxim that starts with the premise.
Yeah, let's take your
that
before you go, I'm just going to
example. So that's my point of view. That doesn't necessarily have to be motivation.
So two directions. I'm not going to put them because it's a very long discussion. But just that decision by itself. Now, would you accept a sacrifice of your child or wife in order to save you in that situation? And
would I accept? Well, I mean, you'd have to give me more information. Like in general.
Yeah.
Like
so there's lifeboat. Okay, so lifeboat, 3 people. It's you, your child, your wife.
Yeah.
You're saying, the only acceptable moral course here is if I volunteer to sacrifice myself for some sentimental.
No, not the only one. Okay. So I was saying it was morally permissible for.
Oh yeah, morally permissible. Sorry, my bad. That's I accept that correction. It's permissible.
Yes.
Now, would it be permissible for your child to sacrifice themselves to save you and your wife in your view?
I think that there's a scenario under which that could be permissible. You have to say but the reason why that's enabled is because fundamentally no one individual's moral worth is worth more than the other. That's not the basis for it.
You see, intuitively, I would say it's wrong, and I would like to explore the intuition of why. Me personally, I would not accept that as a feasible.
99% of the time, I would agree with you, but what I think what Black Muse is saying is he thinks about the margins, and that's why we all find them so entertaining. And
I'm just trying to take it principle based. Like, what is the?
Well, I'll give you this. I would give you the example. I'm on the Titanic. There's three seats on the boat left, and I have a family of 4. 99.9% of the time, is my family gets on the board. I go down with the ship. I'm trying to swim. Well, I'll be optimistic. But those are the low sea. Like those are the people who survived. People who got drunk. Regulated body temperature and blood flow. But like my logic is, I would let my family survive. Now, however, if I have a family of 4, me and my wife and 2 kids, and one of my kids I brought into this world with a debilitating disease that they're not going to survive. And this kid is 6 years old right now. He has a 2-year life expectancy. But like sending a woman into the world with like 1 kid and 1 kid with a 2-year life expectancy, that's a fucking harsh world for a single mom. So in that case, I would understand like if a father had to hesitate and take a beat. And then to Alicia's argument, I was only basing it off of moral servitude.
But I want to step away.
Is there the better case? So my question is this: like let's take away the classes for example. Like anyone who's worked in a hospital, like especially in an emergency room, you know that the person who has more family and friends showing up, you're gonna give more attention to. Well, like at the end of the day, from a nurse to a doctor to an orderly to
that is completely false. That is completely false.
All right. Well,
my
point is that
it's not.
If a guy was actually on the standby, let me give you.
No. You're now you're. This is a different point of view. Now you're saying someone coming into an emergency room, needing something done X, Y, and Z. If they have more family, they're going to get more attention. That's completely false.
I'm all over the place. Trying to stay focused.
I'm trying to stay focused with this. I'm trying to give 2 people in a similar situation. So imagine 2 people making the same exact amount of money. They both have 6 kids, and they end up in the emergency room. And over the course of a week, like one person has had 0 visitors, like none of his 6 kids, like no friends, no family. He's like a kind of a hermit. versus someone who has all the 6 kids showing up, a bunch of grandkids, neighbors, friends, all that type of stuff. Do you really not think that like a natural inclination of nursing staff and just hospital staff in general is, hey, we're gonna give this guy a little bit more attention because like he's a lot more people who care about him. Like it is just human nature.
Okay, but what is that? What is that
With the laws
show?
of human nature. It's just dumb.
What does that show? What do you think that proves?
I'm saying that if the guy who had no relatives, no friends, no family, no one show up, who was number 2 on the liver transplant list, and this other
What
guy
do
who's
you
number
think
3 on the
that
liver
that
transplant list,
shows,
I
Pat?
think
What do you think that proves?
I think that hospitals have to deal with that decision all the time.
Okay, but what?
And if
what
you
is
don't think
more,
that there is every emergency,
what is morally relevant? What's the morally relevant principle you're trying to extract from this?
my morally relevant principle is that I'm consistent. I think the guy who has all of his family show up and his friends and his neighbors and all that type of stuff vouching for him, if he's number 3 on the transplant list versus the guy who's number 2 on the transplant list and no one showed up for him at all,
How does that
like
help
that's
us? How does that help us explore what we and Andre were trying to explore?
because I think that the person who had all his friends and family and neighbors and all that show up is a more morally contributive
But
person.
what does that have to do with whether or not it's morally permissible for a man to sacrifice himself for a thing?
We're getting back on the original topic that we're talking about. Like all of you are criticizing me about. But like, my point is,
I'm gonna try to steal that. So what that is reversing back to utilitarian logic in terms of contribution to the society. So a person who has
moral contribution to society.
Yeah, moral contribution to society. So the person who has the most reach out there in the society and touched more lives in a positive manner worth more than a person that has not.
Exactly.
I mean, I've already rejected that, but okay. I mean, that doesn't help us explore what we're trying to explore, though. Like, I guess if you want to put it in utilitarian terms, there would be a different rationale for why it would be okay for a person to sacrifice themselves for their family. It would, like, assume be because the family members, either collectively or maybe each individually, have more worth than the relevant father or whoever who's making the sacrifice. So therefore, it's justified on utilitarian grounds. It's not really helpful though, because I'm not trying to explore this in utilitarian grounds, but I acknowledge that that's consistent with utilitarianism, I guess. It's the goal.
100% I would sacrifice my family for myself. In that
Well, no, the challenge
but
is
there is counterpoints to the rule.
I can tell you what I was saying. I actually started by rejecting utilitarianism, but I still think that under the Kantian deontological framework that I was using, look up deontology real quick, you can do that. That I was trying to justify why it would be consistent with recognizing the intrinsic moral worth of all people that let's say a father could sacrifice himself voluntarily to preserve the life of his wife and child. That's what I was trying to explain. And Andre was trying to poke and prod at that, I think, fairly.
I just want.
Andre, did you want to continue though?
No, it's well. The second one is like
You my ill hand.
I would like to explore the intuition which makes you make the decision to sacrifice yourself, because I think that's a very natural intuition for any father and husband to first and foremost, promote the life and well-being of their children first, and then their spouse second.
Mm-hmm. Well, I acknowledge the sentimentality, but I don't know that needs to be the maxim that is entailed by the maxim. I'm a human being, so I have feelings. I acknowledge the sentimentality. But if the scenario is such that only 2 people can fit, there's 3 of us, one of us has to not go anyway. That is a practical situation that justifies the decision. Or is it at least part, it's a scenario in which it would be more than permissible and justifiable to do so.
Yeah, sure, but I'm really interested on how those intuitions inform our moral judgments, and why do we have those judgments? Because that's I think that's jives with my naturalistic point of view on morality, or how it emerges from the natural necessity.
Yeah,
I don't think it's hard to justify protecting your family on moral grounds. And the sacrifice is born out of a practical necessity. Right? There's only 2 spots. There's 3 people.
Static breeze beneath the skin. The silence is a frequency. Every heartbeat triggers another code. Don't escape, become the transmission. A riddle of shadows where whispers lie. The thorny fight, the maddening cry.
And why us experiencing something completely opposite of what it experiences was necessary for it to have relationship with us. Why we have to go through the universe that we live in with all the stuff that we've been talking about. I cannot reconcile the two. Like I said, one, without the universe, without the intention, makes sense that it is the way it is and things are as crazy as they are, or great and beautiful and horrible as they are, and all we experience all of it. But it doesn't make sense with perfection at the front of it, because I don't understand why perfection would want or need us to experience what we experience in order to have a relationship with us. I don't.
Myrna has a question for Andrew. Andy.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Andrew guess this is Myrna. Why do you think that various tribes around the world who live pretty much with nothing but scraps made a choice to live this way? Why do you think that they did not make a choice to live this way?
I don't think I understand the question.
Yeah, you do. It's a pretty direct question. I'm going to shorten it. Why do you think that the people that you believe live in such horrible, destitute ways did not choose to live the way they did?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that people that don't live in first world conditions cannot have fulfilling lives or feel happy with their lives. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah, that's not my question. I'm talking about the tribes around the world. Why do you think that they did not choose to live the way they did?
I didn't say anything that they wouldn't. I didn't say anything that they wouldn't.
Well, I think her point is that you brought these other examples of people that are, in terrible, destitute, horrific conditions around the world. That's kind of a
horrible destitute conditions, and that can be, and that can be in a bunch of different places. But there are also tribes that live very happily in the ways that they are.
No, but what I'm saying is, what she's saying is, I think, is that these.
I was
self-imposed.
not making an absolute distinction in that way. In that people that live in different conditions than first world conditions can't be happy. I wasn't.
Well, no. She is because
she's saying
it's not about happiness.
It is because she's saying they choose.
No, it's not. It's not about that. I'm going to tell you. You equivocate, you falsely described and compared two different types of civilizations, saying one is better than the other. Now, I don't know.
No, not at all. What I was saying was people that have like a certain level of material, whatever, right? Compared to people not that don't have that, and I specifically said people that are in miserable living conditions, and they are miserable, as in like the like kids that get like fight for warlords in other countries. I'm not talking about people that have an existence that's simpler but are not miserable. I'm not. What's the word I'm looking for? And then the people that have the easy existence, right? The easier. Maybe I should change it, but it's like whoever is having a really hard time and miserable experience, right? The person that's having the easier experience claiming that they're being looked at.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I would not.
It's not even really that too though, Andrew, because people can just self-impose. I think one of the things that Myrna's saying, I think it's very relevant, is some people just they impose these conditions upon themselves. They don't even want people to try to change them. They don't want to do something different, even if they're miserable. There's some people that will fight for their misery. They will fight for the conditions that they're in because it's habit, it's tradition, it's whatever, right? It can be part of their rituals. They can have all this stuff that makes them miserable, but they're going to fight tooth and nail to protect that. So that does need to be taken into account, because if you're doing any comparison to them and saying, well, somebody, and I know we've already talked through it, so I'm not hitting you on this original point, but I'm just saying, well, you were saying, if somebody's a believer and they're like, God has blessed me and gave me all of this abundance, right? And they're living in let's say America, and they're in a really, wealthy part of the country or whatever, and they're doing really well, right? Well, to say, well, that person, if they're like, well, God's blessed me with all of this, given the fact there's all these other people that are in horrific living conditions, that's kind of God favored me and God cares about me, but not those people. I mean, those people may have had the opportunities to do and be and have advancements just like you do.
That's going to be a hard case to make in some parts.
No. I understand. I understand this is going to be one for one. But the point is any bit of improvement, any bit of better conditions, if they're choosing to reject those and they're choosing to say, hey, I want to keep this particular lifestyle out, or I don't want anybody to change my way of life, then I don't think that's really something you should be putting on God. And you shouldn't be saying that the person that's thankful for their conditions in a first world country, that they're somehow arrogant because if they appreciate it.
Okay, that's fine. We already talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
The point that I was on to now was that whole world that we're talking about, the world that we live in, makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense. That makes a naturalistic version of it make sense. It doesn't make sense when you have the perfect being at the front of it.
What would you expect?
I would expect for the being to figure out a way for beings to be in a relationship with them that didn't have to experience living or having experience in some other way that necessitated not being able to have a wonderful, perfect experience. That doesn't make any sense to me.
There's more of that one fantasy. Thank you. I would like to read. I know you're not going to like the theory, but I want to read where I would like to read Julian James, The Origin of the Breakdown of the Vicarian Mind, and you are going to understand.
Can you give me a link to that? I won't remember.
Okay, I'm going to put it down. You are going to understand how the Kitover say. We're just going to put it down.
Yeah, I would love to read it. I would absolutely love to. It's confusing because it could be either.
No, she's talking about she's talking about
Andrew versus Andy.
Yes. Anytime you hear Andy, it's going to be coupled with some disdain.
Oh, some disdain.
I don't hate you, Andy. I just think that you have some issues.
I I do have a few issues, maybe a lot of issues, Mira. Welcome back, Brother
Don't
Thomas.
message me that, Mira, because I would love to read.
Andricus, who was the person that you brought? Because I said Nick Vujicic. You were trying to bring up some person. You said Erickson or some person.
Johnny Erickson. She's this girl in the 70s that had this accident that broke her neck and paralyzed her, and she developed this art career where she would hold a pen in her mouth and draw amazing art with her mouth, and she would have this whole Christian testimony.
She also draws with her feet.
Yeah.
Myrna used to follow Johnny and listen to her music when I was a Calvinist.
But I thought she was paralyzed. How does she draw with her feet?
She's able to. I don't know how she does, but she's able to now.
She's able to draw with her feet because she's able to intricate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, there you are, Hot Dog. I tell you, Hot Dog, you're kind of tough to get a hold of, man. I tell you. Call out to the Hot Dog.
You're trying to get in touch with Hot Dog Goblin?
Yes, I am trying to get it. Yes.
Nice.
Hot Dog Goblin's a gangster. I just want to say this, and then I want to
It
ask you
doesn't
some Hot
sound
Dog.
right. It sounds like some kind of sexual innuendo.
Oh, gee.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, gee.
And Andrew, well, he can explain his name in a second. But I was just going to say, Andrew, because for some, or everybody, but Andrew especially, this Nick Vujicic guy. I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure I saw him swimming, and I was like, oh, he doesn't have any limbs. He has no limbs, and he's in the water swimming.
Humans can be. You can be buoyant without.
Oh, his name is Ogmandino. God, I'm dyslexic, and the D was a G my whole life. The greatest salesman in the world. Ogmandino. This is one of the greatest books.
This is your Lollapalooza Chicago after party hosted by the John Kitover Band. Go to ChicagoMarinVote.com.
With his jagged claw, the beast emerge as the gods withdraw. A storm of silence, a broken and born to death, reborn on a hand. I am under neon skies where the star comes. Shadows whisper truths as the bassline drums. That will is fire, unchained, untamed. No path is written, no soul is blamed. Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Feel the silence, your will on place is alive, it's dead. Deliver from the lust of the thrill. Echo shattered glass where the circuits glow. The clock ticks slow, but it doesn't show. No purpose, no telling, just a beating sink. Every way perfect, on the edge, on the brink. No chains, no bars, just a void to fill. Every pulse, every spark is the perfect way. Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Feel the surge, let the silence fill your will. Unafraid, it's
This is for me where the difficulty lies, and the having children kind of highlighted it for me, because before that I was on the very, like, I was sort of in between utilitarian, Kant, each seemed attractive in certain respects. Kantian moral logic seemed a little more consistent, more clean, and pure and stuff. But that experience threw everything into a mix, sort of like a laundry machine mix.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Kantian until further notice. I'm not necessarily unwilling to abandon it ever, but so far it seems to work. But
Okay.
I don't know that any framework would have. I mean, just the subtle thing you said about, like, by any means necessary. That always makes my ears perk up.
Yeah. I'm going to take the modern, because I'm with Andre. I'm about to be a dad and everything like that. And I've thought about this scenario where I'm on the Titanic and I brush up with my kid who's autistic, and another dad brush up with his dad who's autistic, just like myself. Card carrying, like, diagnosed autistic in college. Anyways, so like, there's one seat left on a boat that's getting away from the Titanic, and we both have autistic sons, and they're both as likely to make it. But, like, my kid is an autistic son who eats crayons and, like, hisses at people, and his son is, like, an autistic kid who, like, solves Rubik's cubes and Sudokus, but, like, can't look at a person in the eye for more than 2 seconds. I would acknowledge that, like, that person probably would do more for society, and it's like, again, like, trying just to think about it as my son that's about to be born. So I'm emotional about it and everything like that, but, like, I still have that little bit of logic that, like, afterwards, like, after this kid is born, I grow up with him, I'm like, yo, his hissing and crayon, like, eating is, fuck that kid who solves the Rubik's Cube. Like, I've seen a lot of, like, non-autistics do that much quicker. So,
Yeah, I mean, Pat, you won't know until you know. The fact of the matter is that you care, right now, before, it becomes real. That's the important part.
How
so-
hard was it? Did you guys have a name going in, or did you have like a list of names and you let like the personality of the baby choose the name? Is that a weird question?
For me, it's not a weird question. We didn't have a name until we wanted to see him before we named him, right? Because they roll out the paperwork.
But did you have a list that you had narrowed it down to?
No, we literally like came up with it on the spot.
All right, cool. That makes me feel better. You guys really winged that. Like, I'm not winging it that much.
Yeah, I mean, my other friends who've had kids and multiple children, they have their names picked out. I don't think there's anything else, bro. Like, there's like a shit ton of things that I thought I was prepared very well. Like, great mother and father. My wife does as well. We thought we had it all figured out, but no. It's dynamic, and that's the fun part about it.
We got middle names picked out for like her mom died, my dad died. Like, we both have like a living mom. Like, I have a mom, she's a dad. So like the first two we're doing versions of our parents' names as the middle name, and then like creating new beginnings. I don't want to pat Junior, is what I'm saying. I think people who name their kids like Junior is a little egotistical in some ways, and also they're admitting I want my kid to do better than me, like so much better than me, but I don't want him to be known as the better Pat. Like he's gonna do better than me and have a different name than me. I don't want him to.
I mean, with all due respect, Pat, if you name your kid a great name, he probably will have a Junior because it's a great name, Pat. All due respect, yeah. Let's diversify a little bit. It's a basic name, That's why I didn't name my kid Keith.
With a Y? Very easy.
Exactly. It's like, dude, you can't do that again, dude. But the other day we were at the fair, the OC fair, and he's going into high school, so we let him go with his high school friends. And then my wife and I we ran into him later in the night, and he's with this girl. And my wife, like, on the way home, she turned to me and was like, "You have the biggest smile on your face," and it was such a cool experience, dude. Teenage years, they can become assholes, but at the same time, that's when they become man or woman, and it's satisfying. I'll tell you that.
About you.
I want to say something.
I see you too, Amir. Not to worry.
I think Emerald should have said something to Abe before blocking them just like that.
But she's the owner of half the house. She's the leader.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She was the one in charge of the room.
Shut up. No. Let me open the room. No. Stop.
I'm not the room of the house.
You're a liar.
Emerald should have said something to Abe before doing that.
No, but she's the leader. She's the admin of the house.
No,
that's her house.
If that was your job, then why didn't she mod? Why was it? That's the only modding that she fucking did. You're a snake. You're a slime ball. Look at you, and you're the victim. Look at you. I should have told you, and I'm sorry. Are you happy now? You're not good people, man.
Okay, please allow Don to finish it. Hey, please. Go on, Don.
Okay. Emerald should have told something to Abe before blocking her. Now, I don't know.
Danish, come up, please. You were talking
Nothing happened. There was no reason.
Hold on. Let Don finish.
And she did it behind my back.
Okay, so Emerald should have told something to Abe before blocking them, just out of the blue, mid-page, while they were on stage or whatever. But I don't know if Abe's reaction to that is justified. But then again, I wasn't in that position. So situations where you can be frustrated while you're trying to do things.
But at the same time, you were traumatized.
No, I was traumatized because I don't think she's a good mod. I don't think Day's a good mod.
Yeah, I know.
Ambrose is a good mod.
Ambrose is a good mod. If you want her to kick your personal friends out, that definitely.
Hold on. Is Ambrose a good mod, Don?
Then she's good.
I didn't see I didn't see her experience at that moment.
She didn't move
you didn't see her modding. She modded when she brought you up. So you associate her modding with good. She brought you up. She did bring you up. W mod.
I didn't say she was good or bad. I said I didn't see her experience in modding in that room.
Yeah, because she wasn't.
Okay.
She brought you back up, Don.
Okay, that's it's not that, but that doesn't show her full.
That shows that she was on your side.
That shows, it shows that she has an agenda.
One second.
Not agenda. She was on Don's
side. No, she had an agenda. You're slow. You'll catch up.
She respects Don. Don is a good character, by the
way. No, the agenda. It's not about. It's not.
The agenda was to
he's a
be
pawn.
friends.
Yes. The agenda was to talk about Iran. The agenda, when I told them don't bring them up here, and you brought them back, is to create more chaos. You're just like Israel. You love chaos.
I don't think.
You are just like Israel. You love chaos.
I don't think she brought me up to create chaos, bro. I generally think that aspect of what she was trying to do is really bring the people.
Yeah, she respects.
I know. But why were you guys trolling me? Why did I have to bring you back down?
I was trolling you because you.
Why did I have to bring you back down?
Because we were telling
you. Right. So, but hold on. If it's my space, it's my space, right? And I bring you down, I say I don't want you on my stage, and she brings you on the fucking stage. You think that's normal?
Bro.
Would Edward ever fucking do that?
Edward might do that because Edward.
You're a fucking liar. Amir, if you said seriously, Edward, don't bring him up. Edward's not going to do it.
Here's the deal. If Edward
there's no deal. You're a liar. You're a liar and a snake too.
Don is good buddies with Edward. I am good buddies with Edward.
I don't care.
Edward and Don. And we would move. No, he would. If somebody was to move him down, we will definitely bring him.
Well, that's you, and this is me. I don't care.
Because we respect Don. I know you have some animosity.
No, it's not about respect. I said I don't want you in the room.
Okay, but you would rather have you rather have that genocide than
it was General that made that happen. General made that happen. We all conceded, including fucking Emerald. She said she wasn't going to say one thing to her. As soon as Carl spoke. She said something.
The general hijacked your room, which I condemn. I'm doing a public.
I know you're smiling. I know you're smiling like the Grinch. It was pretty funny. But the reality is, especially with this one,
I'm not.
It wasn't a fucking crying. General is the one who made her come on the stage. Literally, he said, "Guys." Now you're projecting.
Jealousy gives you
projection.
You need to calm down.
Bro, I don't think Ambrose brought us up to create chaos, bro.
She didn't do that.
Honestly.
Ambrose doesn't move people down. If I
what did I deal with when it happened?
She attacked me, but she should not move me down, right, Ambrose?
Yeah, I moved other people down, but not you.
Yeah, you see? We have that connection, sister brother.
That's why.
It's about intentions.
I get it. It is intentions, and you accomplish your goals. W for you, Snake. W is real.
Have you noticed how many?
Have you noticed
how you have thrown towards me?
Have you thrown?
Yeah, you gotta stop cursing her out. Come on.
I don't know.
It's not a good look for you.
I can't tell if she's.
Do you think I give a flying fuck?
It's like
If you don't give a flying fuck, then why are you screaming your ass off for the past 6 hours?
Because you're lying. I care about lies. You don't. You're Israeli fucking supremacist. You don't care about lies. I do. And that's why I'm unloading the clip, okay?
Where did I lie? Where did I lie?
What Zionist tactic is this? What is it called?
She's not a Zionist, man. She's anti-Zionist.
What is this called?
Amir, I can't understand.
Where did I lie,
I don't know why you lied.
Super frustrated.
Where did I lie? What did I lie about?
Yeah, I went over that already.
Amir,
do you have amnesia?
Then amuse me, entertain me, and tell me again. What did I lie about?
I entertain you.
Yes, I got. What do you say?
I don't entertain you. You don't tell me what to
Hey,
do.
what
I
did I
can't-
lie about?
I
Okay,
can't
so
tell
as long
you.
as you don't, as long
I know,
as
I
you
know.
don't
Oh,
have,
yeah.
as
If
long
you're
as you
talking,
don't
you're
have
lying.
receipts, don't throw around
See?
nations.
Is that what you think? I have the
Yes,
witnesses
where
too,
did I
dummy.
lie?
Yeah, I have the
Where?
witnesses.
Bring
Not
them
to
up.
worry. They will.
Bring them
They
up.
will.
Show me where did
They'll
you
come
lie.
when I want them to come. You and you'll shut the hell up and wait.
Oh, so all of a sudden we need to wait. And if you're
What?
going to make
What
accusations,
Zionist shit is this?
you
This
need
is some
to be
weird
able to
Zionist
back
shit.
them out.
This is some
And if you're going
IEF
to
shit.
dish it, you need to be able to take it.
I
And the
I can
fact is
dish.
that
Oh,
you're
here's Keenan.
inexperienced in
Here's
this,
Keenan.
And all you
Here's
have done is shown
Keenan.
amazing
Here's
disrespect.
all you have done is show
People
you're a
who
liar.
actually
You're a
engage in this
snake.
conversation
And I know what
because
your
it's
true
life.
agenda is. You're a liar and you're a snake.
Where did I
But
lie?
Keenan was a witness. Was there a witness?
Keenan. Where's Keenan?
What did
Keenan,
I
you have to
lie
come
about?
up.
One
What was
second.
up here?
What did I lie about?
Bring him up. Keenan,
Give me
Let's
one
bring up
example.
Keenan.
What did I
Keenan,
lie
But
about?
I think, like, you think that saying it
What
over
did
and
I
over,
lie about?
you're not gonna get what
What
you
did
want.
I lie about?
genuinely sounds
We
familiar.
already
Why
did
did
it.
I
Stay out of it, Bo. Bo,
I'm
So
not-
you're just gonna let her.
But when there's two ladies fighting, two girls fighting, all men stay out of it, okay?
Keenan, for whatever reason, your friend is lying on me, Keenan.
Because I can't have any simps coming up here and simping for one side. I can't do that.
Bring
I don't
Keenan
like
up.
you're simping for her.
I'm not simping.
I'm not simping. I'm trying to say that you can fight
No.
it.
Keenan, I really need you to come up. It's gonna be very fast.
Bring him up.
It's
He
a
needs
lot
to
of
come up.
lying.
I did send him an invite.
It's
Keenan,
a
would you
lot
like to
of
come
lying.
up and testify? This is a courthouse. You know.
No, it's not. It's a
It
joke.
is a courthouse.
To know
No, it's a
what
joke.
did I lie
It's a joke.
about, babe?
Am I your fucking mother?
You
If
keep
you don't know what
accusing me of that.
you're responsible for your own
You keep accusing me of
behavior.
that. I
You're
deserve to
responsible
know
for
that.
your own
Keenan,
behavior.
come up here.
Get it?
Keenan, come up. You need to come up.
What
bro.
did I lie about, eh?
You're supposed to.
No, Keenan, just come up. Don't worry, I'm not
Keenan,
gonna
if
call you
you don't
simp.
come up, I'm gonna
If I
deal
lie
with you
about so
later.
many things, give me just one example.
She's gonna
Sorry,
punch
say it
you
again.
What did I lie
eventually.
about?
Hold on, are you still talking?
Amir, I
What
can't
did I
tell
lie about, eh?
if,
Say it
if
again.
A is genuinely frustrated because
I
she's been-
am disgusted. Disgusted.
I don't know
With
if
what?
it's justified
I'm
or if it's
disgusted and that's fine.
overdoing
I'm
it.
disgusted and I'm apoplectic. That's what it is.
With what?
Because she's still here. She's sitting here denying it. You're such a
And
Zionist.
I'm what? You're
You're,
not
what did I lie about? What did I lie about? What did I lie about?
What did I lie about?
Is that a new record?
What did I lie about, eh?
Respectfully, she told you already.
Amir, I
Then
think
enlighten
Keenan
me,
needs to
Mazi.
come
What
up
did I
because
lie
his
about?
accusation was.
This is not enlightening fucking time. I'm not
What did
Buddha.
I lie
Get it?
about, Mazi?
You're not getting
Why the fuck are you asking Mozzie? Does everybody see what
Because
she's
he
doing?
said he heard it.
Yeah. I said it
Please,
already.
if you don't mind helping me.
So Mazi,
No, I'm
here's the
not
deal,
helping
right?
you do shit.
Okay, hold on. Here's the deal, Mazi. While the room is running, right? They actually this happened I think a couple weeks ago. Right?
Where's
Hold on a
Keenan?
second. Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. This happened about 2 weeks ago. You have A, because she got moved down by me, right, multiple times, and she got pissed off at me multiple times, right?
Are we making this about you now?
Hold on. Let me just finish my story. So
Finish your
happened-
story. It has nothing to do with
Okay, so this happened multiple times, right? She got mad at me, whatever. She cursed me out, which I understand, you know. People, hold on a second. Hold on, please mute up. People do curse me out. Then what she did, she said, I'm going to open my own house and I'm going to promote people. So she came into this room. She put her link in the
Wait,
chat.
no. That was a mistake. Don't lie. I came in and
I'm speaking. Okay.
No,
Please
you're
stop with
speaking
me.
in line.
Okay. You can correct me afterwards. You can speak your truth afterwards. My truth. I'm going to speak my truth. Thank you. So this happened about a few weeks ago. She opened a house with Emrose. Emrose helped her. Emrose is like, okay, we can open up a house together. It's called the Needle, and and we can bring people in, whatever. They opened a house because she saw that the debate is pretty good. She enjoys these debates. Then one day, her room was running. She came into this room to put a link in the chat. She's promoting her room out of my room. I'm like, I don't allow that. I don't even allow fucking Amos. Amos, I usually kick him out sometimes, and I've been stopped. I haven't seen him.
Mozzie, that's the problem. Hold on, Mozzie.
Hold on.
The only reason I did that, Mozzie, is because Amos comes in there every.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Okay.
Talking
Stay
about
muted.
coexistence.
Stay muted. I'm not done. Stay muted.
So Amos is a no, but Carr is a yes.
Yeah, Amos is an old fart, right? Nobody really likes him. He's just an old fart out of his age. Even though I look at him as a genocidal maniac, but out of his fucking age, because this it's from my religion side. It just it makes you want to give him some respect because all of us have that one uncle that's like that's a crazy one, and I look at him as a crazy uncle. So here's the deal. Now they opened a room together, house together. Today's incident, while the room is running, Emrose ends up blocking that car guy. We engaged with him, me and you, right, Maji? That fucker, everybody crashed out on him. That son of a bitch denied the fucking massacre, genocide in Syria, right? We had Benny Adam crash out. Hold on. Oh, bro, it's not a lie. Just mute up. Benny Adam crashed out. We had another person crashed out. We had so many people crashed out and called him out on his bullshit. Muhammad called him out as well. He's a professor. He's a professor, by the way. The brother is from Morocco. He's a professor.
Like 5 people called him out or crashed out.
Yeah. And then the next day, that fucker came back again. I sent him an invite because I wanted to call that fucker out because he denied it related to the Spain history about the churches. And I gave the mic to Benny Adam, and Ava kept on coming off the mic. I said, please mute up. I had to, at one point, I did have to move her down because she wouldn't mute up. And Benny Adam called him out on the history of Spain about how communists were, they actually burned down the fucking.
What does this have to do with this?
Oh, I'm not done.
I know.
Okay, just mute up.
What does this have to do?
Mute the fuck up. So then, the today's rule does Emrose, because Emrose was with A from the jump, opening up that house. There were 50 everybody that triggered everybody. Does she have the right to do that? Because she realized without her, you're not going to have any cloud. You're not going to have anybody debating anybody because Emrose is.
Look at you.
Oh my God. Hold on. Because you're a cloud chaser. That's what Emrose said. So
I know. And she's a credible source.
Hold on. If you want people in your room to be able to debate on the topic,
I don't want her in my room.
Hold on. That you don't have any knowledge of, that Emrose has knowledge of, she can bring in a lot of people and she can go back and forth.
I don't want it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Mazi, can I say one thing because they're lying? Mazi, in the beginning, General came. He gave everybody a pep talk, including Emrose. And he said, listen, guys, I have to like this person car. Because initially, he wasn't on the stage. Said, we're going to have these conversations. We have conversations with people like Daniel all the time. People like me all the time. This is something that we can do.
This woman.
And that's what happened. So the fact that now you think you can spin the block. By the way, a general became a moderator as well at some point. You think it's okay to block, to take your friend. You put your friend up there.
He took over your room.
And for no reason, block them and not tell you.
And kicked A off the stage.
She should have said something.
He took over her room, bro.
Amir, Amber should have said
Don, I should have said something.
Yes.
Come on. For fuck's sake, I blocked
I did something bad. Who cares? Oh, you're really easy.
Mazi wants to jump in.
One sentence, please.
Yes.
I don't think
It was John Hill going to shrug him
at the same time, that guy Carr is proven to be a very suspect individual, and they're
Mazi.
crashed out on 545.
If we decided to have them on the finish line, that was the decision, Mazi.
I'm not gonna let you talk.
I'm done. It's okay.
Nobody's letting me finish this fucking sentence, bro. Not you, not Emrose, not Amir, not Don.
Yeah, it was like that for me earlier. Go ahead.
Let me just finish the sentence. So
just don't focus on Carr. Focus on fucking Emrose's behavior. Carr's not my fucking people. This is disgusting. Amir, you're a fucking piece of shit. And now Emrose is laughing because your plan's working.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at Mazi. He crashed out. Go, Mazi.
Let me just finish the sentence. That's all I want to do.
Wait, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Say something.
No, Mazi, it's on you. Hold on. It's on Mazi.
So, I forgot what the fuck I was going to say now.
You were saying about Carr, the guy Carr.
Yeah, so Emrose used, let me finish, before you blast, let me finish. Emrose used her knowledge from the previous 1 or 2 days to be like, this guy's a piece of shit. I don't want him on the stage. She used her discretion.
Now, again, I don't think you're a cloud chaser, and also I will say that you were not even stressing about Carr when you looked at Emeralds was sneaky or slick or lying. You weren't Carr as a big example. You was using your other friends. Okay, I'm done.
I just want to clarify. I objected to Carr coming on the panel from the beginning. I expressed that objection.
Decision was made. Once the decision is made, then what you're saying now, void. Means fucking nothing.
Like,
it means nothing. So what you're saying is general. What he says means nothing then.
But General hijacked your room, by the way, kicked you down the room.
What's your point?
The point is, look.
The point is, you're a piece of shit.
Hold on. I am a piece of shit. So then he brought you back up, and then you started crashing out, and then he moved you down again.
Right. Hold on. I'm not worried about his behavior. I'm talking about him because General is the one who had a conversation with the room and said, guys, we need to be able to have these conversations, whether they're difficult or not. But do not be disrespectful. Hold on.
General did cool.
Am I your fucking parent?
He did a cool.
This is the problem.
Cool.
General said it.
Oh my God.
We all agreed. Her position was, I'm not going to say anything to this person doesn't say anything to me. Guess who broke the MOU first? Guess who broke the MOU first? Guess who did it? You know, as soon as she came off the mic, look at you, victim. I know, I'm trivializing it because it's not. You think it's not that bad. You are an Israeli Zionist. You are terrible.
She's not a Zionist.
Yeah, that pathology is. It's in your pores.
Zionists are
She's very consistent. She's anti-Zionist.
She's a very consistent scumbag.
She's very consistent anti-Zionist.
If anything, I don't care. I know. I don't care.
Come on, guys.
Go and cry. You're a victim.
It's not about a victim,
It is about the victim.
No, it's about people who actually achieve something.
No. You achieved your goal. You talked about Iran all night. You didn't talk about anything else. Not one thing.
I'm sorry, did we not have an entire conversation about Syria?
She did. She talked about Iran.
Okay, so
I did have a conversation with Brownie about Iran.
Brownie said you cut him off every single time.
Brownie,
not once, not twice, not thrice. Every single fucking time.
If you listen to the clip,
and guess what?
He said,
if you at the end, he said you can have back and forth. You still cut him off. You still fucking cut him off.
You didn't
cut him off. Even the back and forth, you were still cutting him off. Play it again. Play it again.
I have a problem with interrupting. I'm not denying it.
Play it again.
The conversation ended up being a
Play it again.
conversation.
No, it didn't. No, Ronnie would disagree. Play it again.
Later. We need to focus more.
You're a fucking liar.
No. I would love to play it again, but at the same time, I think what we need to focus is this energy that's going to waste right now. I think we need some sort of therapy, right? And I think I need to open up a therapy room later today. This is not a good look for
This is a bad look for you and
It's not a good look for A and me and Emeralds and Mazi. Definitely Mazi crashed
I
out.
have been doing this for years. You've been doing this.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, snakes can come in too.
What did you
That's
just
fine.
say?
I'm not repeating myself.
But we are doing it for years, me and her. So
yes.
I've been doing it for about 2
Thank
years
you,
every day.
Snaky Snake. Thank you.
No, it's not snake. Come on, man, I'm not a snake.
You're a doxy snake.
I didn't dox you, man. You told me your name.
Okay.
Wait,
oh my
your
God.
real picture up.
That's
fine.
First she told me. First she said she gave me.
I know, Amir. You'll be okay. You'll live. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but I don't know why you're accusing me of doxing you, man.
I don't know why you're up here lying. You're up here like dancing for shit.
Is one of the worst
I don't care. I know. Emerald, this is not something you want. Wait, this accusation came from me, you think? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know who you accused me of.
Okay, who accused me of that? Come on.
Where do you think I'm new here? You just said that you guys been doing this, right? So you have history, right?
Who accused me?
So where did I get the information?
You tell me who accused me of it.
No, you don't know. Yeah, because guess what? Even after all this, I really don't give a flying fuck enough to do that, and especially for Amir. I don't want Amir to know that there are snakes around him. Get it? He's a snake too. He can deal with it. When you accused me of doing stuff I did not do, you lied about what the fuck you did. You're not the arbiter of fucking truth. You're dishonest. You're fundamentally dishonest.
I asked you 1,000 times. What did I lie about?
This is some fucking bullshit that we're.
Yeah. So Mozzie, we already told you, right?
Can I say something?
You can say whatever the fuck you want. There's no cue, dog.
Who wants to say something?
Gab.
Yes, Gab. Yes, Gab. Were you in that room?
No, I was not in that room. But it's just something you said, and I.
Did somebody have you blocked?
In your room there was somebody that.
No, I'm talking about in their room.
No.
I don't have Gab blocked.
No.
Okay, good.
I was at work. I wouldn't even know. But Amir, you mentioned how Carr is genocide denier and stuff, right? And there's some sort of justification to have him blocked by Emerald.
No justification. You need to understand what I said.
No.
Hold on. Hey.
Gab, can we get on a call so you can get the truth?
Can you please mute up? I'm speaking now. Gab,
you're speaking about my story.
Can you please mute up? Can you be, because he's talking about what I said.
Yeah,
can you please mute up? Hey, please.
Yeah, bro, you gotta learn to speak quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just addressing Gab. I'm not addressing you. Gab, here's the deal. The context I said is the house that they built together, right? You know, when you build a house together, right? You make a decision together, or you can make your own decision if the other person is not around, right? Or the other person is,
I was right beside her.
Hold on.
She did it sneakily.
Hold on a second. If the other person is not able to understand or comprehend the position of an idiot, a genocide denier, Holocaust denier.
So I guess you're saying General didn't understand. He made the decision.
Hold on. Please mute up. So, and they opened a house together. Because of Emeralds.
Wait, Gab, answer.
Can you stop coming off the mic? I'll give you. This is like strike 10 again. I have to move you down. It's up to you. Either you sit in the audience or just stay up here on mute. I'll give you the mic afterwards. I can't believe this, man.
Yeah, dog.
Gab, here's the.
I'm just calling Gab over and over.
Okay. Sit in the audience.
Hold on.
So Gab, here's the deal. I said they build a house together, right? And what the deal is, if you build a house together, and you have the right, and it's all the people that ran into that house, that room, it was because of Emeralds, because Emeralds is very controversial. You see what I'm saying? Emeralds, when she goes in there, she says things, she shit as well sometimes. So if it's just up to I don't think people will go in there and have that debate. You see what I'm saying? So Emerald,
go to sleep. Go to sleep, my little pretty baby. Time for sleep, my pretty little baby. Sleepy time for Johnny. Sleepy time for Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor. Hello?